Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so another thing that keeps cropping up is whilst all this is going on, we are still having to carry out our obligations in respect to various pieces of legislation. So another question has been asked quite regularly this week is, what should we do about the gas certificates and the electrical safety checks, and obviously the EPCs that might need doing?
Yeah, sure. So with regards to that, gas certificates, electrical certificates, any legislative piece of work that can be done should still be adhered to and carried out in the appropriate manner. Obviously, asking the right questions again, which we've mentioned previously. It's just being consistent with asking them questions, because at the end of the day, we need to make sure everyone stays safe. Works, let's say, needs to be carried out, should get carried out still, but then it's a case of going down the line of, if someone doesn't want you to go ahead and do any works, it's having that log to ensure that you're keeping that, to show that you've tried by all means to get the works done. And if they still say no, make sure you keep that log. And then say it comes to it, we've got a health questionnaire that we'd send out, and like Zoe's already mentioned before, you'd send it out in advance, and then you'd ask them the question to make sure that they've had no symptoms beforehand, the day before, and then again on the day, just to make sure everything's okay. In terms of electrical safety, let's say the guidelines coming into place for that, so from July for any new tenancies, and then from April next year for all existing tenancies as well. So again, as it stands, that's still not a legal requirement, but good practice, get it all sorted and in place, ready for the word go. So you're beating the rush on that one.
Okay.
Okay. And then this is a fresh one that's come up now. So leading off from doing like your gas and electrical checks, any routine maintenance now. So before we were aware that it was emergency works. Has there been any change in terms of being able to do any routine maintenance now at all?
Yes, we're able to do it. I think what underpins all of this is following the guidelines, asking the right questions. You know, one of the things, again, we're fortunate that we use software called Fixed Flow, which, you know, a lot of agencies do that. Self-managing landlords probably not going to have access to that. But what that does is, when a works order is created for routine maintenance, it asks the questions to the tenant about their symptoms. And also now it's been set up that it will ask the contractor. So if we instruct a plumber to go around to a property, before allowing him to access that property, the questions will be asked. One of the things, though, is really, really crucial, is that it's only a snapshot in time. So let's say it is routine maintenance and they're not going to do it for a couple of weeks. We would ensure that we do make sure that, you know, the tenant is still safe at the time of the works being booked in, and that the contractor also is still fine. I think that's the key with all this, it is the communication that is really, really important, and just ensuring we keep a clear audit trail of, you know, what the answers to those questions are. But yes, we can do routine maintenance, in short, in a nutshell.